In this section, we are going to talk about three conditions in loops. So it's a three syntax, three words, special words. It's a break, continue, and pass. So let me just go one by one, and I will be giving some examples, and we will see what does it mean. So in this case, I will be using for a loop. So let's imagine we have a range from 1 to 10, and I will say for I in range. So you see my I is a variable, and I will give my range from 1 all the way to 10. So basically what I can do is I can print all numbers from 1 to 10. I can say, hey, can you print I? So it is going to print all my numbers between 1 and 10, and do not forget that 10 is not included because that is the last digit in the loop. So you see, I have my loop, and under loop I have my line of codes. I'm expecting that something will be executed. What if I will not specify anything over here? So the Python will say that, hey, the loop is going on, but nothing is given. If I run like that one, it is going to give me an error. I mean, because the Python is expected to do something, but we didn't write the code. We didn't do anything here. But imagine that you are making a line of codes, you are making a huge program, and you want to come back later on just to write some codes here. But for now, you do not want to interrupt your program. What you can say that, hey, for this case, do not do anything, just pass. If I run it, at least it is not giving me error. At least so I can just go ahead and execute other my codes. You see, so there is no interruption in the code, there is no kind of break in the code, so it just will pass. So the meaning of the pass, do not do anything. And let's see what is the continue is doing. So let me just give the variable. I can say the name is equal to, let me just give Oscar. I will say for I in name. Do you remember that we had in the previous videos that we have a for a loop, and this I will go to the, let me just give it another one because the I was already assigned. So let me just give it T, or let me just go give the an. You see, so the an in name, so that is my variable, that is the name. The name is also variable as well. So I will be having couple of loops. So in the first loop, the an is equal to O, and the second loop, the an is equal to S, and the other loop, the an is equal to C. So each time my an is going to be reassigned. So if I just simply print my an, it is going to print every single letter in each loop. So right now we are learning continue. What is the continue mean? So if I say that in that loop, if n is equal to C, I will say continue. Let me just write it and let me see what is going on. So you see, we have a loop. And before doing anything, and in our case, it is going to print. But before printing, if the n is equal to C, by the way, let me just get it in a quotation. If that is the C, do not do anything and come back in the beginning of the loop. So let me just run it. It is going to print OSAR. You see, whenever it's my variable n is equal to C, do not execute the codes, just go in the beginning of the loop and go to the next loop simply. You see, so it's the C was not executed. So that is one of the examples. And the last one, that we have a break. What does a break means? That means it is going to stop my loop. So whatever the case, even if the loop is not finished yet. So let me see if n is equal to A. You see, and I can say the break. So what does it mean? That it is my first loop, the n is equal to O. The second loop, the n is equal to C, S. And the next one, the n is equal to C. So whenever it says A, do not do anything. It just interrupting, just stopping my loop. Even if I will be having couple letters over here, so in the first, whenever it says A, it is going to break. So it is going to break my loop. And you see, I have OSC only.